Welcome to this presentation of minor league baseball from the AA Texas League as we get you set for Game 3 of this 5-game South Division Texas League Playoff Series. It's the Amarillo Sod Poodles and the Midland Rockhounds. It's baseball, it's the show, it's coming up next. Matt Milburn gets the call here as we get ready to start this game here in beautiful Midland, Texas, as we are ready to go. 6'3", 210 pounds, age 26 prospect for the Rockhounds. Here's the top half of the first, and now bring in the second baseman, Ryan Weathers.
Ryan Weathers.
Weathers coming in this one. And now here's the pitch. And chopped foul, and we are underway at 7 o'clock. And count now, 0-1.
First pitch, 7 o'clock.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside slider, count now 1-1. Weather is not big of a factor here tonight, only 61 degrees here at first pitch. Here's the 1-1. And that's high pop-up under it is Stero, first baseman, getting this one. And that's the first out of the inning. Chance now to give you the starting lineups for the visitors here tonight, and there we go. Ryan Weathers covering for the injured Ivan Castillo. Castillo is going to make his appearance back on Tuesday night, September 10th, as Amarillo will take on the Tulsa Drillers. Last of the 5, and that's going to be line right there. A base hit. And he's around first, going to second. And he's in there with a 1-out double. And Amarillo gets into the hit column.
Luis Camposiano.
And that brings up the catcher, Luis Camposiano, up to the plate with the runner at second. Outside slider, count now 1-0. Amarillo last night had a walk-off win, final score 5-4 against Midland. Now here's the pitch to him. And he went around on the cutter. Yes, 1-1 is the count. Here's the 1-1. Right up the middle. And that's right to the second baseman, but heads to short. And that's out number 2.
Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 15, Taylor.
That brings up the right fielder tonight, Taylor Colway, up to the plate now with 2 men out, 1 man on first. Rockhounds in their home whites, Amarillo in their road grays. And that's high pop-up, chasing after it is the center fielder. Makes the catch, and that ends the inning. So 1 runner left stranded on second. So it's on to the bottom of the first. No score. Here's Jerry Keel coming up now to do the pitching for the bottom half of the home first inning. Here's his stats right here. 6'6", 240 pounds, age 26. We get you set for this one here tonight. Bottom of the first ready to go, and now lead off Mickey Mcdonald for the home side.
Mickey McDonald.
Now here's the pitch. And that's outside changeup, and that's 1-0. McDonald's been really good so far. Don't forget this broadcast for Amarillo and the Rockhounds, presented by Texas League Baseball and Taco Villa, located on every doorstep here in the Permian Basin, from Odessa, Midland, Hobbs, Amarillo, Lubbock, Carlsbad, and San Angelo. Got some pretty good locations out here in the Permian Basin. In there, called strike, and it's 1-2 now. So if Midland wins this one, they will be 2-1. And that means Amarillo will be 1-2. And a change, four-seam fastball will be out. And that's out number 1. Strikeout goes to Jerry Keel. And if Amarillo loses this game tonight, they'll be 1-2. And gotta say, Amarillo needs to win at least 2 more after tonight's contest. And that will get them right to the doorstep of Tulsa. Well, that's going to be a 1-base hit right into center field, and that'll be a 1-out single right there. Now bring up Nate Mondu, the hot corner third baseman here tonight. And he takes a 2-seam fastball. It's 0-1. 90 miles an hour on that one. Rockhounds in their beautiful home whites. I like jerseys like that. It's pretty good. And here it is, right up to left. And he'll catch that one, the left fielder will. And that's out number 2. And here's the starting lineups for the home side here tonight. And you got Mickey Mcdonald and Chase Calabwig. Nate Mondu, the third baseman. Lazaro Armenteros. Jonah Bride at first. Colin Thoreau catching behind the dish. Buddy Reed, the designated hitter. And all the other guys that are right behind them. And so forth on that one. Here's Lazaro Armenteros up to the plate now with 2 men down and a runner at first. No score. That's at this point forward. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that gets him chasing. And now the count 0-2. Here's the 0-2 delivery. And that gets him looking. Strike 3 called, and that's the inning. So only 1 hit in the inning. Comes nothing of it. Top of the second, and no score.
Leading off.
Here's the hot corner third baseman, Eric Heim, up to the plate now. So we get ready to start the top of the second inning. Swing and a miss on a slider. Oh my goodness. That was just nasty. It's 0-1. And that's going to be hit high, but no avail to that one. That will land foul. 0-2 now. Here's 0-2. And that's up there. Strike 3 call. Get him looking. And that's the first out of the inning. Matt Milburn gets his strikeout.
The designated hitter.
And that brings up the designated hitter of Chris Muriel. Muriel coming in this one. And that's back up the middle right there, right to center field. And that center fielder gets that one for the second out of the inning.
Batting 7th, the left fielder.
That brings up the left fielder, Lee Bloom. Really well as of last night. Manolo Capua, which hit the walk-off home run of last night in Amarillo. And I gotta say, that guy just can hit. He's perfect for Padres organizations. Swing and a miss, and oh my goodness, that was nasty. It's 1-1. Well, the Sod Poodles have been great all season long, and I got to give them a standing ovation of them. Just so good as of what we saw last night in Amarillo. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and that's going to be right there. Jump throw, and get him out right there. What a play. And that ends the inning. And here's the shortstop, Robert Posen, as he gets that one. And we go to the half of the second now. It's a still scoreless ball game. Bottom of the second now, and leading off, Jonah Bride.
The first baseman
here tonight for the Midland Rockhounds. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be lined right there. And that's got a chance. And it's going to be foul. And that was close. And count now 0-1. And that had the home run distance of a solo shot. But instead it goes foul. And they looked like they were going to argue that call. But instead that was outside the foul pole. And that wouldn't be called anything. It would just be called a foul ball, and that's exactly what it was. Here's Jonah Bride right now, 2-1 count. Nobody on, nobody out. Here in the bottom half of the home second for the Rockhounds. Here's the pitch, 2-1, and that's going to be lined right there. Base hit right in the right field area. And they get it back in quickly, and they'll hold them off to a single with nobody out. And that brings up the catcher, Colin Theroux, up to the plate. And there's going to be a double play. Can they turn it? And he's safe. And they got the ball way too late, that second baseman did. And that's first and second now. Buddy Reed coming up now. First and second with nobody out, and that's going to be popped foul. Count now 0-1. Here's the 0-1. And did he go? No, he didn't. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. And that is going to be a fair ball right there. 1 run's coming in. And the Rockhounds will score first. It's a 1-0 ball game.
Batting 8, the shortstop, Robert.
And that brings up the shortstop, Robert Posen. Right now, change up outside, 1-0. Runners at second and third, nobody out, bottom of the second. Rockhounds could have a good chance here. In the bottom of the second, 1 run comes in. And 2 more runners out there at second and third now. And they look to get something going here. So after this season, Amarillo will join up with the Arizona Diamondbacks, a AA affiliate. Well, the San Antonio Missions get back to AA ball, and that's going to be something good to see. San Antonio will start their season at Corpus Christi, so that's going to be a good sign right there. 6-game series, and then they'll head to Midland for the first time for 6 games. The Missions and the Rockhounds. Here's the 2-2 right there, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And now bring Marcos Brito on deck for Midland. So gotta say, pretty good when we get up in there. 3-2 full count. Here it is, swing and a miss. Get him down looking for the first out of the inning. And there's that one from Jerry Keel. That's the 3rd strikeout in this one. And there's 1 away. They bring up Marcos Brito now. Base runners at second and third, 1 away. And that's outside, trying to get him chasing, and that's 1-0. Texas League playoffs of 2019 underway. Game 3 of this 5-game series. We'll say best of 5 here tonight. Gotta say, can't wait for the 2021 season when the Missions take their field on Corpus Christi territory. And that's going to be something really good for all of us to watch on opening night of 2021. Here's a pitch, and that's up top, and that's 3-1. Mickey Mcdonald on deck for the Rockhounds. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on, 1-0 score of Midland. And that's going to be chopped foul, and now the count now full 3-2. So got to say, Amarillo and San Antonio will see each other in 2021. First time. And that's going to be ball 4, and bases are now juiced.
The right fielder,
with Steele just 1 away in the inning.
Mcdonald.
And that brings up Mickey Mcdonald. And a grand slam opportunity for the Rockhounds here. And chopped foul. Now count 0-1. So the Rockhounds have a great opportunity here. And here's pitch. And that's going to be lifted high right there. Right fielder chasing this one. And nobody will advance. And that means that's pretty good for Amarillo. Nobody scores. Bases still remain juiced. And that brings up Chase Calabwig. 1 for 1, a single in the first inning. And chopped foul. Count now 0-1. Jerry Keel had 10 balls, 13 strikes, total 33 so far through his time on the mound for Amarillo. Chopped foul. Count now 0-2. Got to say, pretty good. Now, for some Amarillo guys, they will head back to San Antonio, so got to say for them, that is good for them. And that is strike 3 called, and that will end the inning, and bases are juiced, and they will be left stranded. Another shot at this 1 run in there. Top of the 3rd coming up. The Rockhounds lead it 1-0. Go to the top half of the 3rd, and that brings up Manolo Capua.
Number 89.
Last night in Amarillo, he launched off the walk-off home run win. And I do got to say, that was pretty good. We saw it, and it was in the books. You can film that game or see that game here on YouTube Live from yesterday. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. And here's Manolo Capua. Right there, up there. That's going to be lifted high. Right there, right fielder chasing that one. That is 1 away here in the top half of the 3rd inning.
Batting 9, the center fielder.
And that brings in the 9-hole hitter, Dre Overstreet. Overstreet coming into this one. Pretty much was on the injured list this season for 2 whole weeks. And that right there, left fielder chasing it, and that's 1 pitch, 1 high ball, 1 out in left field.
Now batting.
That's out number 2.
Ryan Weathers.
And that brings up the leadoff hitter for Amarillo, Ryan Weathers. 0 for 1, a pop out in the 1st. Amarillo looking to get this game tied and try to win another one as they did last night against Midland. And that's going to be line drive right there. That is going to be the out, and that is the inning. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. Go to the home half of the 3rd. The Rockhounds lead it 1-0.
Leading off.
Here's the hot corner 3rd baseman. That is Nate Mondu. Mondu up to the plate. And here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be leadoff base hit right there and right. And that's going to be a pretty good base hit right there. The Rockhounds threatened in the bottom half of the 2nd. Get bases loaded. And got to say, the best thing about that is they were all left stranded. Got to say how silly that is. Here's Lazaro Armentero. 0 for 1, a strikeout in the 1st. Here's a 1-0. And that's going to be right there, base hit. And now you got first and second now, and threatening again.
Baseman, number 5.
And that brings up the first baseman, Jonah Bride. 1 for 1. And that's going to be a four-seam fastball. It's 1-0. 1 for 1, single and a run by Bride here tonight for Midland. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss, and that is swinging out of his shoes. And that's 1-1. You got Mondu at second. And a leadoff guy at first. Here's the pitch. Swing, and that was just ugly. And that's 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And changeup. Oh, man, I thought he had him, and that's 2-2 now. Well, let's give you a game score. Arkansas at Tulsa. And we got to give you a look of what is going on with those guys. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss, and there's 1 away. And that is 5th strikeout by Jerry Keel here tonight. He's been really great all night long. And here's the catcher, Colin Theroux. 0 for 1, a ground out in the second inning. First to second, 1 away. And chopped foul, and that is 0-1. I'll give you a score of Arkansas at Tulsa here tonight. Gotta say, the Tulsa Drillers lead Arkansas by a score of 1-0. Out. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be chopped foul. It's 0-2. Bottom of the third inning, 1-0 our score. Midland leads it. Here's 0-2. Swing and a miss. Get them chasing for the second out of the inning. And that is 6th strikeout by Jerry Keel.
The designated hitter.
And that leads the number 7 hitter, Buddy Reed. 1 for 1, double and RBI. So a run batted in for him this evening. And he's talking to home plate umpire right there, and don't know what he's talking about, but sure hope it's something nice and positive. But anyway, right there, let's just hope he stays positive through this game and this evening. Well, there's 0-1 now, and Buddy Reed tonight 1 for 1 in his plate appearance here tonight for Midland. And now here's 0-1. And did he go? No, he held up in time. It's 1-1. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be high pop up right there. First baseman under it, makes the catch, and that's 2 down. Or actually, I should say 3 outs, but that is it for that. So we go to the top half of the 4th. Midland 1, Amarillo 0. Top of the 4th and set to go, Jackson Whitaker. 1 for 1 double in the first inning. Tying run up to the plate. 1-0 or score. And that's going to be lifted high. Right fielder chasing this one. And that was just a high degree of a fastball. And that was right on the warning track. And there's 1 away.
Luis Camposiano.
And that brings in Luis Camposiano, the catcher. 0 for 1, a line out in the first inning. Here's the pitch. Down low at the dirt even. That's ball 1. So you're listening to Texas League 2019 South Division Playoffs in this 2019 season. Here's the 1-0. And that's going to be lined right there to the third baseman for the out.
The right fielder, number 15.
And that's out
Taylor
number 2.
Hallway.
And that brings up Taylor Colway. He last time flied out in the first inning in his plate appearance. 0-1 for his side. Midland Rockhounds 1, Amarillo Sod Poodles 0. And that is down low. It's 1-0 now. So I gotta say, I'm gonna change that up a little bit. 1-0. And that's gonna be lined. He's gonna drop it. And he's gonna get on first right there safely for the out. And that ends the inning. So the Rockhounds keep them off the board again and hang another 0. So bottom of the fourth coming up, Midland 1, Amarillo 0.
Leading off,
and that brings up the 8-hole Midland Rockhounds, Robert Posen. 0 for 1 here, and that's going to be a swung on and miss, and outclassed by that four-seamer for a strike, 0-1. Oh, gotta say, you're listening to Rockhounds baseball here in the AA Texas League. It is the Oakland Athletics affiliation, the Midland Rockhounds, Amarillo Sod Poodles, AA affiliate of the San Diego Padres for the time being. Here's the 0-2. And that's going to be lined right there. That's going to land, and that's going to be a base hit right in the center field. And they're going to hold them to a single with nobody out.
Now batting, second baseman, Marcos.
And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Marcos Brito. Walk in the second. And he's going to take a ball, 1-0. Pitch count now for Jerry Keel, 53 pitches so far through 4 2/3 innings of play here. Now here's the 1-0. Outside. Count now 2 balls, no strikes. So Tulsa Drillers lead the Travelers. It is a score of 1-0. Now the Rockhounds lead by 1-0 against Amarillo. I've got to say, pretty good on that one. And that's pretty good. Forgive me, I do have the sniffles here this evening, and that's 3-1 on deck. Mickey Mcdonald. A little allergy season, but doing all right. Here's a 3-1, and that's going to be chopped foul. Count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Don't forget, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, Sunday afternoon, about high noon at 1. And that's going to be lifted high right there. Over street, under his horse, and that is the inning for the first out.
The right fielder, number 6. Mickey.
And that brings in Mickey McDonald, 0 for 2. Last time up, strikeout and then fly out. Rockhound fans here just getting a little pretty good excited. 0-2 to Mickey McDonald. He takes a four-seam fastball, 91 miles an hour. Call for a strike. It's 0-1. I gotta say, Rockhounds in their beautiful home white jerseys. I like that. It's beautiful. 0-1. Here it is. And that's going to swing out of his shoes. My goodness, that's outside. 0-2 now. Jerry Keel sets his sights. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be out. It's up. Oh, man. Up on the... Holy cow, I can't even talk tonight. It was up top on the strike zone. And that is up top. And the count now 2-2. Holy Santa Maria. Goodness gracious me. 2-2. And that strike 3 gets him out looking, and that is the second out of the inning, and 7th strikeout to Jerry Keel.
Center fielder, Chase.
And that brings up Chase Calabwig up to the plate now. Last time up, single in the first. Here's a pitch to him. Outside slider. It's 1-0. I was going to say 0-1, but that would be called a strike on him, if you know what I mean. And move back to first, back in standing. Here's the 1-0 delivery. And that's outside, ball 2, so 2-0 now. So they are top half of the 4th inning. Arkansas at bat, and they just trail by 1. Here's a 2-0, and that's right there, strike 1 called, and that's 2-1 now by home plate umpire. As he says, yes, he swung at that one. Broke the plane. And that's going to be lifted high right there. Under his Overstreet. Overstreet is on his horse, and that is the inning. Well, we go to the top half of the 5th. Midland 1, Sod Poodles 0. And here is the top half of the 5th. And now lead off Eric Heim, the hot corner third baseman.
Eric Heim.
This game is going by quick. And right there, right to second. And there are going to be a ground out from second to first, and there's one away.
Now batting, the designated
So Amarillo, my goodness. And Heim is retired. He goes back down to the dugout, and that brings in the designated hitter, Chris Mario. Line out in the second, last time up. Out here in beautiful Midland, Texas. And that is a 4-seam fastball. It's 0-1. Matt Milburn, great all night long. 8 balls, 20 strikes, total 28 so far through his time on the mound. And his timing just perfect. It's pitch perfect. I will say it right there. Nothing and 2. Here it is. And that is up the middle. Chasing after it, the center fielder. And he'll make the catch out there. And
left fielder, Lee.
Gotta say, what a play right there by the center fielder for Midland. Now bring up the left fielder, Lee Bloom. 0 for 1, ground out in the second. Top half of the 5th with 2 flyouts. And gotta say, this game just keeps on rolling on its rails. Midland 1, Amarillo 0. Just like Tulsa 1. And Arkansas 0. They're now at the bottom half of the 4th inning. Tulsa coming to bat. And gotta say, pretty soon, Rockhounds go win this one here tonight. Amarillo has to win the next 2. And that's the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Midland 1, Amarillo 0. Bottom of the 5th set to go, and that leads off the hot corner third baseman, Nate Mondu. 1 for 2, single in the 3rd. 1 for 2 by Mondu, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. What ugly texture is that one? And that's 0-1. My goodness, that was ugly. And that's in there, slider. Now the count now 0-2. Jerry Keel's been dominant all night long, but pitches are high for him, as he had a combination of both ball and strikes. And we'll say it right there. Rockhounds have a good shot at winning this one if they could help this lead, this bullpen, and hopefully just get going there. And that's going to be line drive right there, foul. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on them by Nate Mondu. Here's 1 and 2 now, and that's going to be right there to second. And they'll ground out, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Lazaro.
And that brings up the left fielder, Lazaro Armenteros. He was a single on the third, 1 for 2. Beautiful evening for Texas League Baseball here on the show. You're listening to Rockhounds Baseball. And that's going to be right there. And nobody could get that one. Thought the first baseman could. And that's 0-1 as Armenteros fouls that one off. 0-1. Here it is. In there, called strike. What a nice strike right there. And that's 0-2. Well, you see the ball and strikes, and that shows it right there. He is up at 74, so 3/4 of the way to 100. And gotta say, he's just there already. About 75 in there. Count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on, 1-0 our score. And that is a strikeout right there, and that's out number 2. And we got to call on to the pitch speed comparison, and they're tied with 93 even on the Barbie. And they're just flat up dealing. Both pitchers tonight, Jerry Keel from Amarillo and Matt Milburn, total 93 mile an hour on the deficits. Jonah Bride, 1 for 2, single and a run. Come up here. Here's Jerry Keel with another one. And that's in there, called strike, and it's 0-1. Well, the Rockhounds lead by 1, Amarillo 0 here in this one. So scoreless game, just 1 run in the books for Midland. Here's the 0-2. And that's going to be lined right there. That is gone. And the Rockhounds, Jonah Bride gets a solo shot. And they will stretch their lead to 2-0. Another look here, as you can see this one, 99.4 mile an hour, 357 feet out of the yard. And the Rockhounds have another one. And there's Colin DeRoe as he lines up right there. Under it is Overstreet, makes the catch, and that ends the inning. So 1 run on the solo shot. So we go to the top half of the 6th, and it's a 2-0 Midland lead. Top of the 6th set to go, and that brings in Manolo Capua.
Number 89.
Fly out in the 3rd, 0 for 1, as we'll start the top half of the 6th for the visitors. Say we're ready to go here. And we're ready. Here we go with inning number 6. Nighttime falling upon the West Texas area. Just a little daylight left in the left-hand side of your screen. A nice dark purple to a light pink right there at the edge of that building, just right near your screen. 1 ball, 1 strike to Manolo Capua. Last night, Amarillo Sod Poodles Capua. Solo home run, and that was a walk-off win. And gotta say, Manolo Capua just saved his ball club. So gotta say, he was like Superman with a cape on him. Well, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rockhounds 2, Sod Poodles nothing. And now here's the 2-2. And that is strike 3 at the knees. Get him looking for the first out of the inning. And Matt Milburn gets his second strikeout. And there's 1 away.
Dre Overstreet.
And that brings up Dre Overstreet. Line out in the 3rd. And here's another line out. And that goes to the left fielder. 2 down. So the Rockhounds keeping the Sod Poodles off the board. And they are just keeping them scoreless through the first 6 innings of play here. Here's the second baseman, Ryan Weathers. 0 for 2 here tonight. And tonight he's going to try to get on the board. Pitch count now for Midland Rockhounds pitcher Matt Milburn. 40 pitches so far through his time on the mound. That's going to be lifted right there. Right fielder under this one, and that is the inning. So a 1-2-3 productive inning. So we go to the bottom half of the 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up for Midland. Coming up for the 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th, and now lead off Buddy Reed.
The designated hitter, Buddy.
Last time up, a double and an RBI. Jerry Keel coming into this one, and that's going to be too high up top on the box, and that's 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Right there, chop foul. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. And that's lifted high, but that will go foul. And that's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2. And that's going to be chopped foul. And still holding on, 1-2. 1-2, here it is. And that's going to be chopped foul again. Still holding on at 1 ball, 2 strikes a count. Here's 1-2. Still hanging on, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count, and still fouling him off, and he's still staying alive. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Swing and a miss, and the pitcher wins the battle here. There's a strikeout, and there's 1 away. 9 strikeouts for Jerry Keel here tonight. Very good on the mound. And that brings up Robert Poisson up to the plate now. 1 for 2. 88 pitches so far, and he's going to swing out of his shoes, and that's 0-1. And I got to say, nasty. And that's going to be lined right there. Foul. And he thought it was a home run. Instead, he stands corrected, and that ball goes foul. Strike 3 called, and that is 2 down. And that's the 10th strikeout for Jerry Keel.
Second baseman, Marcos Brito.
And that brings in Marcos Brito. up to the plate for Midland. Walk in the second, 0 for 1, and that's going to be lined right there, foul. Here's the 0-1, and they're called strike. Now the count now 0-2. Nothing and 2. Here it is.
Nope.
And that's up top the strike zone. And 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jerry Keel talking to home plate umpire, and I gotta say, I don't know what it is he's talking about, but reading his lips, he's saying, well, you call that a ball or a strike? No, sir. Back that train up, would you? Strike 3 called, and there's strikeout number 11 for Jerry Keel. You never argue ball and strikes to a home plate umpire. Let's get that straight. Top of the 7th coming up. Rockhounds 2, Amarillo nothing. Here's Jackson Whitaker now. 1 for 2, a double in the first.
Jackson Whitaker.
Top half of the 7th, ready to go. Gotta say, as of this point forward, pretty bad for them on their end. Right there, and that is fair! And uh-oh, you better go back. And he is out! Oh my goodness. That was big mistake there, and that will erase the hit. And that right there, you don't see that every day, but that looked like he got bamboozled right there. And I think he did. He got shanghaied really well. That's 0-1, and here's Luis Camposiano. Right there, base hit. And that's going to be a leadoff hit. And that'll be a 1-out single. We go back to the top of the order now.
The right fielder, number 15.
I will say it got bamboozled for sure when he got picked off at first, and that was just a silly move right there. And here's the right fielder, Taylor Colway, number 15, 0 for 2, fly out and ground out. Tying run up to the plate now, that is Colway. Here's the pitch. In the middle, strike. Juan Disson, Charles, and Cody Stoll, a righty and a lefty, warming up in the Rockhounds bullpen. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be high right there. Shortstop under this one, and he makes the second out of that one. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, third baseman, Eric Heim.
And that brings up Eric Heim, the hot corner third baseman. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be lined right there. Base hit, and that's in the center. And now you got first and second now and 2 outs. And now you got the go-ahead run coming up to the plate now with 2 runners.
Muriel.
And here's the designated hitter, Chris Muriel. 0 for 2. Fly out and line out last time up. First to second with 2 outs. And that's going to be popped right there to third. And that is the out right there. And now we're going to have a 7th inning stretch. Get up is saying, take me out to the ball game. It's a 2-0 Rockhounds lead. Well, we will take a break. And we will see you back in just a few minutes. You're listening to Rockhounds Baseball here in Texas League Baseball. It's the 2019 playoffs between the Sod Poodles and the Rockhounds. Welcome back to Texas League Baseball as we lead you to the bottom half of the home seventh for Midland. And that brings up Mickey Mcdonald. 0 for 3 tonight, and he takes a curveball. It's 1-0. Well, Arkansas 1, Tulsa 1. So it's a 1-1 tied ball game. That's going to be right there to right fielder Taylor Colway, and that's 1 away.
Now batting.
So it looks like Tulsa gets 2 more runs across to score. Now they make it a 3-1 ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's Chase Calabuig now. And that's going to be a curveball outside, 1-0. And Jerry Keel talking to home plate umpire, and he's telling him, well, why was that low? Listen, buddy, don't cross the line, because home plate umpire is going to get on your case saying, don't talk anymore, just be quiet. And right there, that's going to be off the glove. And that's going to be a base hit right there and left. And you hear somebody saying, all right, nice job. I will say it right there. Jerry Keel, 71 strikes, 28 balls, 99. And he struck out 11 so far. And he's trying to make it to 12 strikeouts. But apparently the time for him is coming to its end. And we're going to see a pitching change here, as that will do it for the starter here tonight. And now bring up Jesse Schulten. And you got to say, this guy struck out 11. Not too terrible, but he is in line for the L if this does not change around, and that is for sure. Jesse Schulten, the Californian right-hander, coming up here on the mound. And you got 1 out, and gotta say, just early for him to come into this game and try to salvage what's left. Got a base runner at first. And here's the hot corner third baseman, Nate Mondu. 1 for 3 here tonight. And he's going to take a 4-seam fastball outside 2-0. Here's the 2-0. And that's right up the middle, but fouled. It's 2-1. Two and 1 in there, called strike. Gets 2-2. Two and 2. Chop foul again, and still hanging on, and still even at 2. Double play possibility here. I gotta say, that will do pretty good. Here's the pitch, and that is well hit, but well fouled. Still holding on at 2. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Get him out for the second out. There's 2 away.
Now batting, the left fielder, Lazaro.
That brings up the left fielder, Lazaro Armenteros. Single in the third, 1 for 3. And that's outside changeup. Single in the third by Armenteros, 1 for 3. 2-0 our score, Midland. Chopped foul and count evened at 1-1. Chopped foul again.
1-2.
And now the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's lifted high. And that will drift foul. And holding on at 1-2. Here's the 1-2. And that's right there. Base hit up the middle. And that's in center field. And Overstreet gets over and gets it.
The first baseman, number 5, Jonah Bride.
And that brings up Jonah Bride. There's the pitch. Down low. And there's a home run single and a run batted in by Bride. 2 for 3. Bottom of the 7th inning. Rockhounds 2, Amarillo nothing. And that's going to be popped foul. Now 0-2. Nothing in 2. Here it is. And that's high pop up right there. Second baseman under it. And that is the inning. So no runs on a few base hits, no errors. And we go to the top half of the 8th inning. And the Rockhounds lead it by 2-0. Here's the left fielder, Lee Bloom. 2 ground outs, 0 for 2.
Bloom.
Pitch count for Matt Milburn, 48 so far. And that is high. That one's gone. And Amarillo gets a shutout ovation right there. And that one ends for him. Starter comparison interruption. Jerry Keel been left out. And he was departed off to the showers. And oh my goodness, what just happened? I think we had a little glitch there. I thought that was gone. They ought to protest on that call right there, because that looked like it was a home run.
Now batting, the center fielder, Dre Overstreet.
And that brings up Dre Overstreet. 2 outs. And I don't know. We're going to have to go back and review the evidence here in the top half or bottom half of the 8th inning, because that sure looked suspicious to me. And here's 0-1. Here it is. And that is a cutter. And now 0-2. Here's 0-2, and that's going to be chopped foul. 4-seam fastball. Count now still holds at 0-2. And that's right outside. 1-2. Attendance is high. 12,509 for the Rockhound fans. And gotta say, that right there, pretty good. And that's a changeup. Now the count now 2-2. And that's back up to the mound. And out at first, and that's the inning. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. Kind of a shame right there. We go to the bottom of, and it is a 2-0 ball game.
The catcher, Colin Thoreau.
And that brings up Colin Thoreau, 0 for 3 here this afternoon. And that's going to be a four-seam fastball. It is 0-1. I do apologize if I said afternoon. It is about late evening already. And the count now 1-1. Here's the 1-1. And that's going to be popped foul. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's 1-2 now. And curveball outside, 2-2. Two and 2 by Colin Thoreau. And that's back up the middle, a base hit. Right under the pitcher's glove.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Buddy Reed.
And that brings in Buddy Reed. 1 for 3 double and a run batted in.
0-1.
Oh, okay, so never mind. He caught that for the first out of the inning. It looked like it was out of here, but my eyes played tricks on me. Never mind, and that's going to be lifted high right there. That is gone! And it's out of here, a home run. 2-run home run by Buddy Reed. And the Rockhounds stretches lead. It is 4-0. And the home crowd is going crazy. Yeah, it looks like Midland is going to get this one here tonight. This one is almost in the books. And that is going to be Robert Poisson, and he's going to fly out right there. No chance for him to make it to first, and that's 1 away.
The batter, the second baseman, Marcos.
So that brings in a Marcos Brito. So I'm guessing what happened in the top half of the 8th was a home run was robbed by Amarillo. Or Rockhounds robbed him. That's the first time he went up against the wall. Now here's 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's nasty when you look at it. 0-2. Well, tomorrow is game 4. Rockhounds and Sod Poodles. Gotta say, pretty good right there. And that is strike 3. Get him looking, and that's 2 away.
The right fielder, number 6.
And that was perfect right there.
Mcdonald.
And that brings in Mickey Mcdonald up to the plate now. And that's gonna be outside, 1-0. Line out in the 7th. 0 for 4 here tonight for Mickey Mcdonald. 3 outs remain. And gotta say, Amarillo down to 3 outs. Rockhounds 4, Sod Poodles nothing. And it looks like the Rockhounds may be in range of 2 wins and 1 loss. Amarillo is 1-2 if they lose this one here tonight. So gotta say, they better win at least 3 more. And that right there is going to nail it. And that's going to be right there. And he beats the throw and he's safe. And that's the score's decision, a base hit. And that brings in Chase Calabwig. 2 for 4 and he's running. And pick him off right there. That's a beautiful play. And look at this guy right there. He's fast and lightning, but not too fast enough. Top of the 9th coming up, and we have a 4-0 ball game. Here's the second baseman, Ryan Weathers, up to the plate. 0 for 3 here tonight for him. And that's in there, called strike. It's 0-1. Gotta say, last 3 outs for Amarillo to try to rally back in this one. And gotta say, the Rockhounds robbed them from a home run. And he brought it back up in there. And there's the first out of the inning. And the home crowd getting happy. And it looks like this one, Rockhounds may have won this one. And it's pretty good for them here tonight. Here's Jackson Whitaker. And that's going to be high. Right there. And that's the second out of the inning.
Now batting, catcher,
and there's 2 away in this one. And that brings in the third, the last of this game, Luis Camposiano. 1 for 3, single in the 7th. Here's the pitch to him. And that's in there, called strike. It's 0-1. 2 outs. Nobody on, 4-0, a shutout brewing for Midland. This game almost well in the books. So gotta say, Rockhounds look like they're gonna win. And it's gonna be a 2-1 win count advantage for them. And that's gonna be lined right there, and that's a ball game. So the Rockhounds win. And now the series led by them 2-1. Amarillo 1-2. So the Rockhounds win. And now one more game and Midland could definitely get into the Texas League playoff series against Tulsa. But one more will win it. So the Rockhounds win 4-0 in this game. And that was a shutout. Oh my goodness.
For our ball game for the victorious Rockhounds.
And we're back in just a few moments. Here's our station identification.
For the visitors, no runs, 4 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 42 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
So game 3 of this 5-game series has come to its end, as the Midland Rockhounds will pick up their second of this 2019 South Division Playoff Series. Well, the Rockhounds lead 2-1, Amarillo 1-2. So tomorrow is going to be the biggest day for these two ball clubs as we approach Saturday night baseball here on MLB Network. Amarillo must take 2 wins in order to secure their victory to move on to Tulsa. And if the Rockhounds win, then they will have their playoff series, championship series at Tulsa, I should say. But anyway. Well, let's go over your runs, hits, and errors. First for the victorious Midland Rockhounds. 4 runs on 12 hits, no errors. So 4-12-0. Amarillo, no runs on 4 hits, no errors. So nothing, 4-0. So gotta say, that's pretty bad. Matt Milburn is the winner on the mound. Also, player of the game. Jerry Keel is the loss for Amarillo tonight. And gotta say, that's just something you don't see every day, but now you do. It's just a real nail biter. This game, well in the books. 4-0 our score. Rockhounds win it. So they lead the series by 2-1. So anyway, we'll have you ready for baseball here this evening. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again in the next one.